Bang! Neevesknives. I'm Jared. How's everybody doing tonight? Started just 1 minute early. Figure we're sitting here anyways. Might as well get it started. So, in just a little while, we're actually going to watch OCD, a roast Neevesknives. You guys probably already seen it, but I'm honored that I got put on the list of roast. Tell you what, if we wouldn't have got on the list, I probably would have had my feelings hurt a little bit. So, up and stuff. So I do appreciate them adding Neevesknives on that list. That's awesome of them. I always appreciate some good humor. And we're going to watch it here in just a little bit. But what we're going to do is we're going to use that for story time today. We might start story time just a little bit early tonight. We'll see how it goes. But I figure, you know, I'm not going to use it like to like roast back or anything. I think that'd be too easy, but I'll use it for just, to talk about some stuff. So I think it'll be pretty cool. But how's everybody doing tonight? He's here. Who's here? Q-Ball, what's up? Jason, I seen Fiend was in the house. Murky, Monster, Shane, Ed. All right, so let's just get right into some of the things I want to talk about. I didn't write down that much, man. I've been busy as all hell. But I don't think he's in here tonight. But man, I haven't wrote him yet, but I will, especially if he doesn't come on. I'm gonna write him anyways. But shout out to Timbo. He gifted me. He mailed it to me. I got it today. A real steel Griffin, the original one. The aluminum version in 14C 28N. That is so badass. I can't believe he did that. Man, what an amazing dude. I actually still got his knives here. I'm going to get them mailed out on Friday. I got his titanium version here. But what a sweet knife, man. Tim's awesome. Love the dude. One little subject we're going to start talking about right after I read some comments. Ed says, you saw that Rad Shepherd clone I posted on Instagram. You liked it? I don't think I seen it, man. I haven't been on really much today. I think I was on for a moment, but no, me and Kara went to the mall and stuff like that. I took Kara out for a little bit, and so today was a little busy. I went to work, and then right when I got off, we got ready to go. So, what the hell did that say? I'm in physical therapy. We'll be back. All right, bud. Take care of yourself. You like the photo? I'd post it here if I could. Yeah, I'd pull it. I mean, I could get on there, but I got the other thing sitting waiting right now. Excuse me. Can't stay long. Job added to my workload. So gotta wake up early again. I know how it is, man. Get to bed, man. I know exactly how that is. I try to get to bed early, like every night, to be honest. Like after I'm done with these, every once in a while somebody else has another live. I'll lay down and I'll watch another live. If somebody's on live, but I mean sometimes I'll lay in bed and I'll be awake late, but like man, I hit the sack early, and if it's not for these lives, like I'm normally in bed by the time like these lives are like going on, like getting over, like around 8:30, 9 o'clock here. I get up early every morning. Because sometimes like I work out in the morning and then go to work. Sometimes I film in the morning, then go to work, then get off, go back to filming. So I know how it is, man. So I had a company contact me, and they were asking me if I wanted to check out their knife. And looking at the knife, it didn't look bad. Let me just say that. It didn't look like a bad knife, but it's like one of those knives where you can't really tell. And I didn't see any steel markings on it. So my first question was, after going through it a little bit, I said, that was actually my only question. They were asking me if I wanted to check it out, blah, blah, blah. And I just replied, what steel is it? That's it. What steel is it? Because I don't see no steel. I want to know what steel it is. They came back. Guess what steel it is? 3CR. 3CR. Not 8CR. Not 9CR. Not 5CR. 3CR. And I replied back. I wasn't mean about it, but I just replied back. Breeze is driving right now. All right. Well, it's okay. It's okay. Thanks for you guys still being here, but I understand, times are busy. Times are busy. Tell him to stop texting then if he's driving. But so, I wasn't rude about it. I just said, no, thank you. I said, my audience, understands steel and wouldn't like, there's no reason for me to review a knife that I already know nobody in my audience will buy. Now, one person, I already know that. So there's no reason, what benefit is it going to do you? The only benefit, it won't do you a benefit at all. Actually, it'll hurt you because my audience will tear it apart. Probably every comment will definitely be something on how bad the steel is. So, man, I can't get this damn mic right. It will be easy to sharpen, but it'll require it after every use. Exactly. Yeah. What night are we talking about? Knife. What knife? I don't remember the name, honestly. Once I seen 3CR, I was down. I don't remember the knife's name, but it looked like a straight back. It was a flipper. Like I said, it's not that it looked bad. Like, it looked like it could have been an okay knife, but like I didn't see any steel markings, so that was like the first indicator. Like, ask the steel. But yeah, I just let them down and told me, my audience knows their steels, and I basically said, I don't really put anything on my channel that's under like 9CR. 9CR and up is good to me. Anything under, like, I've had 8CR on the channel, but I it's not like that I seek it out. And at this point, 2021, to be honest, if it's a $10 knife, yeah, 8CR might be okay, but you can, for $20, you can get D2 today. You can get 14C28N for $20. The things you can get, and I'm not saying that like that's going to be the same as, say, an $80 knife in that same steel. Sometimes it is, but not always. But come on, 3CR in 2021. Fucking, you might as well just send me a box of rocks, in my opinion. Hey, Mom. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to email anyone today. Your internet has been up and down. That sucks. I don't mind 3CR and my spoons and forks. Exactly. Yeah. And I didn't want to make him feel, because I know it's his design. It was his first knife design. I think he did maybe some fixed blades, but it was his first full in design. And I didn't want to tear it apart, but in a way I kind of did. I almost I had that where I wanted to go in on him and just start talking shit. Like, come on, man. Like, I should have asked him the price just to know. I should have just asked him, what's the price? I'm just curious. What's the price on that? Because 3CR, Walmart knives are better than that. So, in the knife community, how could you expect anybody to review a knife in 3CR? It just doesn't make sense. Let me go up. Frankly, I'd take $20 8CR over $20 D2 done poorly. Yeah, it's usually that's how it is, though. Usually when, not always, not all, but a lot of times, yeah, you see $20 D2, it's usually 8CR. Not always, but a lot of times it is. I've definitely seen that quite a bit. You did make it. You made it late, but you made it. Get to bed, Mike. Get to bed. Let me turn this on over here. We got 52 people watching, 17 likes. I was watching this other podcast I watch, and these guys will literally shut down the video and they won't go on. They won't move on, and they get a lot of live viewers. Like, they get 10,000, 12,000 live viewers. They will stop it and wait. Say if they have 4,000 likes, they'll stop the video and tell you we're not going forward until we get to 8,000 likes or 10,000 likes. And they will literally sit there, and what they'll do is they'll sit there and sell merch. They'll sit there and, like, you know, shout out their sponsors, talk about their t-shirts and their gear, just like, because you know nobody wants to hear that shit. So it's just like everybody gets pissed and they want the show to continue. There's obviously 12,000 people there for a reason, because they like the content. A lot of people would just say, yeah, fuck this and get out, you know, if you stop the show. But they don't. They end up getting those likes up real quick because they want that show to move forward. Hold on, hope you're doing well. There is a Twitch streamer that will throw a temper tantrum if he doesn't get a certain number of. Yeah, people see. The thing is, there's a a thing there where the people watching don't quite get it, and you can't expect them to. They don't understand it, and from the perspective of the creator, they're sitting there thinking it's free entertainment. I'm sitting here entertaining you for free. You're obviously here. It's not hard to just hit the like button. That's the way they look at it. And then, you know, there are the people that think like, you know, further than that, but some people, they don't like to like it for whatever reason, because then it winds up in their liked, you know, content. I don't fucking know why they wouldn't like it, to be honest. I'm making up shit now, but it does end up in your thing. What's up, Stasa? Are you talking about, where'd it go? Are you talking about Wings of Redemption? 57 people and 20 likes. Yeah, let's get them likes up, guys. Come on. Help a brother out. You know, I'm not gonna beg, but it'd be nice. Shit. Yes, everybody go check out Mike Emler's channel. He's got a 5 fast knife reviews coming soon. Definitely go check that out. I'm definitely gonna link it in a video as soon as it comes out. It's hard to donate when my card won't let me link up to YouTube Super Chat. Literally says your card doesn't support art. So what you can do is, like, there's the Super Chat and then the stickers. Mine does the same thing a lot of times with the Super Chat, so I can only send stickers. I have no idea why it's like that. And literally, I'll send a sticker and it'll go right through. But a Super Chat, like 90% of the time, it says the exact same thing. I have no idea why. I don't know. Maybe I don't see why I'd have like a different card or an old card hooked up to it, but maybe something like that. What is a better choice? Grand Ace and LMAX, my card, or a Kaiser Mini Critical? Probably the Grand. Don't get me wrong. The Mini Critical is awesome, but the Grand, it's more money. That's one thing. It is more money. And I think it's going to be a little bit better quality. One of them's $100 knife. The other one's, how much is the Ace Grand? I mean, that's pretty expensive. So it's going to be a little superior. I did a video that went up today where I compared my first, I seen that actually, my first Wii knife and my newest Wii knife. Yeah, definitely go check that out. It is cool kind of seeing like where a company started or where a company was and where they're at now. Like we did, what did I see that? Somebody did it. I don't remember who, but somebody was comparing like Civivi's old stuff. Oh, wait, it was Outpost 76. He did a steel test on Civivi's old D2 versus their new D2. That was interesting. Does Shiro Goroff do LMAX okay? Yeah, well, I can't speak for I think I've sharpened Shiro's LMAX once. And it was good. But what I'll say about Shiro, because sharpening it once, you know, you can't really say for all, but every Shiro I've sharpened has had a really good heat treat, every single one across the board. So that's what I can say about it. Even their M390. So they're usually pretty good. Sometimes you do get what you pay for, you know. Call me after the live if you can. We'll do. You talking to me? I maybe you're not talking to me. I'm like, okay, I'll call you. If you're talking to me, I'll call you. Let me make sure. I think he's talking to me. Their LMAX is on point. There you go. Yeah, and with Elmax, somebody asked me about that the other day. You don't see it that much. Like I just sharpened some, so it's not like you don't see it. I just seen it, but it was on a custom. But you don't, it's not like you see it every other knife or you see it often. Elmax isn't being used like a lot of other steels. But okay, Stas, I will. I It might have something to do with like Mike was kind of saying this in one of his videos, that it can be a little finicky. So if that's the case, then it might not be worth it for some companies to do, because what's worse than doing a steel than it having issues, you having to throw away blinks, wasting money, and it's not like it's cheap. So every blink they throw away or anything they throw away that they can't use, that's money out of the pocket for them. That's money from profits. So you could see why they might not want to, if unless if you've been doing it and you know what you're doing with it. Elmax on the fast pack is good. Fast pack. What is the fast pack? I don't know what that is. What Manix 2 can I get in G10 with a good steel? I have a lightweight in BD1N. I'll be honest, man. I don't. It comes in a bunch of steels. I just think it depends on what you want. I mean, you can get the S110V. I have one in S30V. I love it. I have two of them in S30V. What else did it come in? Yeah, the BD1. You can get do they have one in M390? They probably do. They have so many of them. I don't personally think it's going to be that big of a deal with that, like me personally. I think Spyderco now, right? And I'm not saying before, because trust me, I've sharpened a ton of them, and their older stuff, man, they did have some of their heat treats, and I think it's because just like with a lot of knife companies, when they first start off with a steel, especially if they're not even doing the same steel, if they're starting off and they're doing 5 different steels, they're gonna probably have issues here and there, right? Here and there sometimes makes it look like the whole thing, and maybe it was the whole thing. But now that they've been doing some of these same steels for a while now, because they have been doing a pretty big abundance of steels for a while now, I think they're getting it down pat. Like if I sharpen an old Spyderco, I actually just had one a couple weeks ago, an old Spyderco versus a new one, night and day difference in the experience I have on the stone. Night and day difference. Am I saying they're like, custom heat treat? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying compared to what they were doing, they've improved. So I don't think you're going to get something bad, unless if you're buying an older model that's a used one or something, or if it's off the shelf that happened to me, man. I fucking bought a knife thinking, because I'm getting it, it's probably new, it's brand new, it's new in the box. I'm not buying a secondary. I'm buying it from a company. Little did I know it was sitting on the shelf probably for 3 years, and I wound up getting one with a bad heat treat. But that happens. That's why sometimes you want to go to places that go through knives fast and not slow. Like that happened to be from a Bass Pro Shop. I should have known. It was a Bass Pro Shop. Why would they fucking sell knives? I think that's where it was. I don't know. Elmax on the fast. Wait, why am I so backed up? Their CTS XHP and S110V is pretty nice. Got a native 5 that was made recently, an S110V. It's really good. I did 600 grit finish on it. Hella sharp. Yeah. So one thing you can do is go to Cedric and Ada. He's got a lot of cut tests on Spydercos with a lot of their steels. He's actually tested probably more Spydercos than anybody. Outpost 76 has got a lot too. Steve hasn't done a lot in a while, but when he used to, he's got a lot under his belt. But you're gonna find quite a few from Pete. If I'm saying like where you can figure out what's best for you. And let me say this: Just because it has insane edge retention has nothing to do with whether or not it's good for you. Sometimes we need to get that out of our brains because that's not the way it works. It's not like this one gets 600 cuts, this one gets 300 cuts, so this one's superior, this one's better. No, that's not how it works. That same steel that got that many cuts of that exact same material over and over and over might also be not tough, right? And you might be tough on your knives. So the one with 300 cuts the edge might last far longer for you because it's tougher. So, you got to weigh the options and all the variables. And then also, if you're going to have a hard time sharpening it, then that might not be good for you either, or maintaining it and stuff like that. Hey, Mom. My mom's in here. Chef Knife. Wait. Chef Knife wants bite ending grit strap combo. Wait. Chef Knife wants bite ending grit strap compound suggestion. What kind of steel is it? That's what I would say. I with a chef knife, I wouldn't keep it at too low of a grit, but I wouldn't put it at a high grit either. I'd put it right around a medium grit, and I would strap it on regular compound, especially if it's just a stainless steel, depending on the steel, but most chef knives are. I would strap it on an aluminum oxide compound, 3 to 6 micron. And I would personally probably sharpen it between 600 and 1,000 grit, most likely like around 1,000 grit. I mean, it'll still have a lot of bite, but it won't be too toothy, What up, fam? Famo, literally, he said hi to his mom 2 times, and he hasn't seen me once yet. I've been talking to you this whole time, Journey. And that's snarky chef knife. What? And that's that snarky chef knife reply. Man, maybe I'm the lost one. He hates me now. He hates me. Go fuck yourself, EDC Journey. I'm done talking to you. Somebody put him in the timeout for 3 minutes. Do you consider Olamic to be a hard use contender? No. Well, they have harder use knives. It just depends on the knife. But if you're talking like, I got a whippersnapper, that's not a hard use. Or, you mean like a contender in the knife market? Absolutely. Olamic does great stuff. I like Olamic a lot. Their fit and finish is amazing. Their action is amazing. Their build quality is phenomenal. I like Olamic. I think sometimes they're underappreciated. And maybe it's because they need to come out with some new designs. When was the last time they did a new design? I know they've got a bunch of designs, but it seems like those designs have been out for a while. OCD and his wife roasted everyone. Yeah, we're gonna watch them roast me here in just a moment. We're going to watch that, and then we're going to use that for story time to use it to kind of, peek off of it for story subjects, just for talking points. So I've asked this question before. I missed OCD's live. I'm gonna watch it later. I might not even use these questions because we're kind of just shooting the shit. But chisel grinds. Why don't you like a chisel grind? And I'm talking to you specifically because you can't tell me you like a chisel grind because you probably don't own one. I don't own one either, so I can't really talk. But I actually do like them. I didn't used to like them. I used to not like them, to be honest. And purely aesthetically, that's why. I literally did not like the way they looked. To me, for whatever reason, not even whatever reason, I hated the look of the one side not having an edge on it. And, I do find the side without the edge, or let me say this, I find it appealing, a knife with an edge on it. It looks appealing to me. I think it looks right, and without the edge, it just kind of looked off to me. So that's kind of why I didn't like it. But then after sharpening one and seeing how ridiculously sharp they can get and then using it, yeah. My Borka is a chisel ground. I like it. See, Knife Sergeant likes them. Why don't you guys? Many serrations are chisel grind. Yeah, but I'm talking about specifically like just a chisel grind. I'll send you one of my Viper dashing knives for you just to see a chisel grind. I know what you're talking about, Mike. Yeah, that's a real chisel grind. But are they easier to sharpen? It depends. I wouldn't necessarily say easier. You're still gonna have to do the same thing, and then usually it's a farther or it's a you're removing a little bit more steel, but they can be. I mean, I've had some be easier. It just kind of depends. Because sometimes, like if it has a really big edge bevel, then no, you're just gonna take as much time on that side as you would doing both sides if they were smaller. So it just kind of depends. But what they do, though, is what I've noticed is that they wind up cutting like far better than a knife that had two edges the same like thickness, because it winds up taking away the thickness from the one side. So it's, even though like behind the edge and like the geometry might not be as good for cutting, you put a chisel grind on it, all of a sudden it's blazing through shit like it's thin behind the edge or something. So if you'd be surprised how much, and I've told this story so many times, when I put that one edge on that one knife where I didn't make it a chisel grind, but I did 15 degrees on one side and 22 degrees on another side, it made that knife cut at least 4 times better than it did prior. It's a symmetry thing. Yeah. That's wait, with just don't look right. Yeah, that's what I had the biggest issue with too before. Now I don't mind it. I actually like them now, but a lot of Japanese chef knives are chisel ground because it lays the material off in a specific direction and doesn't stick. Nice. That's awesome. See, a lot of people claim, and I'm not saying it doesn't happen, because I'm sure under certain circumstances and certain materials this does happen, but a lot of times when I say it, a lot of times people say that their cuts turn. So like when you're trying to cut, instead of it just going straight, it'll turn. Right now, I've cut with a chisel ground knife many times, and to me, that's not really the case. Now, if I was going through wood, maybe, or something like specific that where the material would do that, but doing basic EDC stuff, cutting cardboard straps, things like that, I don't find that. Like, I find it just cuts better, and I have no problem controlling it going through cardboard. Now, if there is a slight bit of angle or turn, I can still control it to make it go the direction I want to. So, but I would see that though being a benefit, where it material doesn't stick to it, and like with certain materials, how it does go a specific direction, so it winds up cutting better, like with denser materials or food and things like that. Like with a chef knife, I can see food doing that because some food is really dense. Yeah, they are great for wood. I mean, obviously chisels, right? Chisels. Okay, back driving home listening. Awesome. I once cut up some potatoes with an Emerson CQC7. I did make straight. Yeah, I had one of those, and I tested it, and I had no issues making straight cuts. I wasn't testing it on dense materials. I was testing it on straps, cardboard, things like that. So, are all edges are serrated. Fact. Yeah. See, I knew we talked you into it. I'm telling you, after I sharpened that one knife, and you can do this with any knife. Just take a knife that's, say, thicker behind the edge, or just doesn't have the best geometry. Lay back the angle on one side, say to 15 degrees. Your edge bevel will be massive on one side. The opposite side, do a low angle, 20 degrees, something like that. You will see that knife will cut so much better. It's crazy how much better it cuts. Lefty bought a brand new Kaiser Cosmic from me. I hope he actually unboxes it in a video. It isn't a drop shutting knife, so he will immediately hate it. He mostly bought it to help me out. Yeah, he'll hate it. He'll hate it. I got some knives heading his direction on Friday. There was one that I was like on the fence with, like, should I send it to Mike or should I send it to him? Should I send it to Mike? I was thinking Mike's definitely going to appreciate it more than him. Fucking Lefty hates everything, you know, and this is my head talking like to myself, like, should I send it to him? Should I send it to him? He's probably not going to like it anyways. And then I'm thinking like, but it is one that's really nice, so he might actually like it. And I'm like convincing myself that since it has such a nice detent and all these things, he'll probably like it. But then the back of my head's like, but he doesn't like thumb stud knives. He doesn't like thumb stud only knives. But then he does reviews on some thumb stud only knives and likes them. Like, fuck, man, that guy's so damn confusing with what he likes and doesn't like. I don't know what to send him. Mike's kind of easy. And there are some things like I don't really care, like, you know, if he likes it or he doesn't, you know, he'll still talk about it, you know, and you know, to most extent, he's not just gonna fucking tear it apart like it's a piece of shit and make everybody who owns one fucking regret their buy looking at the knife like, fuck, man, I love this thing 3 minutes ago before Lefty reviewed it. Fucking make everybody sell their knife. Oh, fuck. Lefty is Mikey from the Life cereal commercials, all grown up. I've got a bag lighter Archon Balisong with a chisel grind, and I've used it for EDC stuff at work a fair bit. Not the best for complex flipping since it's slicey, but it handles plastic bands wrap well. Awesome. I think I've seen a couple Balisongs that are chisel ground like that. His review of my sea snake design, it was hilarious because everything he complained about, I had told him about when we talked. Yeah. But the one though that I was like on the fence with, to be honest, was the bag lighter. It was the bag lighter. I haven't sent it yet, so I'm still on the fence of if I'm going to send it to Mike or I'm going to send it to Lefty, and it's the bag lighter 2 with their new bearings. Fucking smooth as all hell. In my opinion, one of the best thumb stud detents, if not the best, out 2021 best thumb stud detent, hands down, in my opinion. I mean, the detent is so crisp. It's so well tuned. Like Mike, if you're still, you're still in here. You know the Rhea. You know how that detent is just crisp. Like you hit the thumb stud and it just fucking snaps. That's the exact same way that this bag lighter is. It's the exact same way. It will remind you of like a big Rhea. The way that, and I'm specifically talking about the thumb stud and detent, the way it's tuned. And, you know, everybody knows that feeling where you just break the detent and it opens and it's like, holy shit. Hey, Bees Blades is in the house. What's up, bud? Yeah, I like it then. Sometimes, you know, and I kind of appreciate that sometimes when it's easy to win you over, right? Like you can open up a knife and hear the sound and you're like, oh, I like that. You know, you just hear it and it's like, I like that. Like there's just little details that you can fall in love because, yeah, I mean, I get picky, right? I get picky about some knives and like choils and, you know, certain things that maybe other people don't really give a shit about. But we can all appreciate that it's a tool, right? It's a tool, it's a cutting utensil. And can it do that? Can it be a good cutting utensil? And in that case, yes, it can be a good cutting utensil. Then what are the other things you can appreciate about the knife before you bash it? Now, obviously, there are going to be some knives that it's like, it deserves to be bashed, right? It fucking deserves it. And in that case, go to town. Like, I did one or two the other day that those knives deserved it. There's nothing else to say about it. When you find it difficult to come up with something good to say, and I mean that like in a way, like it's not that like I didn't like the ergos or I didn't like the detent. No, it's that it's a dangerous fucking knife and it should have never left the factory. It has detent, lash, lock fail. Parts of the corners are chipped. The clip don't work. This don't work. The lock's 120% over. Like all these little details makes it to where it's like, why did you guys let this leave the factory? NV2, yes, the NV2 has an incredibly nice detent. I thought I had mine out. It's in the thing. Yes, that is a detent that it feels like a more expensive knife. And you know what it has a lot to do with too? The detent is fantastic on it. Amazing. The finger placement. The placement of where your finger lands for the flipper tab. I say it sometimes in videos where I say the placement between the relationship between your finger and the flipper tab is very important when flipping a knife. If your finger's comfortable before that detent breaks, it can bring that knife up like a peg or two in the action category. Like if the detent's perfect, let's say the detent's perfect, but the flipper tab's pokey or pointy or sharp. The detent's great, but the flipping action, it's like, it's good. But if you can make that area where your finger lands before the detent breaks, just a good placement for your finger, nice and comfortable. And then that was my fault. I wasn't trying to push it. But before you break it, like it just has a nice spot for your finger. That makes it to where when you break that detent, it's just nice and comfortable. And you can repeat it over and over and over without your finger getting sore. Like the two you envy, you could flip that all day, every day for 6 weeks, and your finger will never get sore. The placement for your finger is just so comfortable. It works. All right, Logical. Hit the hay, bud. Thanks for coming, man. Out of water. What else was I going to talk about? Maybe we'll just keep going. What time is it? I want to get to this damn roast. We got this roast to get to. So what company, how about flipper tabs without jimping? Hate that I just got the Kaiser Gemini and it's smooth. I keep slipping over. I can't stand that either. I don't like a flipper tab that good night, Mom. Love you too. Good night. I can't stand that either if it's angled a certain way. If the flipper tab's angled a certain way and I'm slipping off of it, can't stand it, especially if it hurts. Everybody's had that where you skip off and you're like, fuck. When jimping would have just took care of everything. Now, the comfortable flipper tabs that don't have any jimping usually are shaped like this. Not saying they're angled this way. I'm just saying how they're like a teardrop. They're rounded. And if they're up high, like the Best Tech Warwolf, that is a perfect example of a flipper tab that does not need any jimping. It works great. Detent's perfectly tuned for it. And it's shaped great, man. It's so comfortable. I think that's a great example of where you don't need jimping. However, the ones that are shaped like oh man, like this, where they're just down, but normally pokey right here instead of squared off, where they actually scoop down and they're pokey right here. Those are the ones that you slip off of, because in a lot of times they have strong detents. She's feeling. The Jurassic has a good non-gimp flipper. Yeah, I enjoyed that one. That one wasn't bad. It has to do with the detent too. You know, you can have a flipper tab that's just angled incorrectly. You can have a flipper tab that's not in a good position where you don't get a lot of leverage. But then you can also just have a strong detent that makes it where you need jimping, or a light detent where you need jimping, or vice versa. So best company, I'm gonna have you guys name some of these from the knife companies that you have personally dealt with, right? So if we're not speaking on the best out of everything from your guys' collection, what you guys have dealt with in 2021 specifically. Even if you got a knife that was from 2019, but what you dealt with in 2021, doesn't matter if it's old, new, whatever. What knife company has, or that you've had for under $100, best action under $100 that you've dealt with in 2021. And if you want to leave it for only 2021 knives, name those then. I got it in my head because prior to them, it's you kind of have to narrow it down. Like, are we talking about flipper tabs, thumb studs, front flippers, right? But so we got Civivis. I figured we get a lot of Civivis CJRBs. I figured we get some of those. Okay, the banter, off-grid Viper. Oh, that's interesting. Wasn't expecting that one. Kubi, Kaiser. Okay, so I would normally give it to Civivi, in my opinion, normally. But Kaiser's killing it. Kaiser's fucking killing it. And CJRB is great. Civivi is fantastic. Kubi's amazing. Obviously but we don't do under 100. Civivi's, them in Sencut. You can say Sencut. But man, Kaiser with their thumb stud action, it's insane. Their flipping action, insane. Their drops are complete fall shut drops. And I'm not saying that makes a good knife. I'm saying what makes a good action, right? Looking at this knife. Let's grab two knives. Oh, I sent that one to him. Fuck. Well, I'll just grab this one then. I'll grab two knives. So, I got a Civivi here. This is fantastic. I mean, this is very, very smooth. From flipper, thumb studs. Great Civivi. I do like this Civivi a lot. I gave it a great review. But now look at something like this. Ready? Goodbye. Ready? Goodbye. Oh man, I should have. Damn it. I'm gonna say I got another package coming to you, Mike. I didn't even think about it. I should have sent him the LAN. He probably would like the LAN. I didn't even think about that knife. Damn it. The Kaiser LAN. That's another one. This one has action very similar to the LAN, except for you have so many forms of deployments. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, I think, in my opinion, I think Kaiser's possibly going to take it this year. But Civivi still has a great chance. And by the way, guys, I got a new unboxing. I'm not going to say what it is. I haven't unboxed it yet. I got it waiting for a video. But I got a new Kaiser sitting here, right here. I haven't unboxed it yet, though. So. What knife was that? Which one? This one? This is the Bell Amy. So technically this is not a Kaiser, but Kaiser makes these. It's a company that's, I'm guessing, using Kaiser as OEM, and they call themselves Detolith Bell Amy. This is a Detolith too. Review coming soon. But this one's called the Nightshade. Fantastic knives, man. Great knives. Hulk say, smash that like button. Yes, I would love for you guys to smash that like button. You're already here, right? You're already here. We're hanging out. What's the big deal? Smash the like button. Free content. We're all hanging out. Why not drop that damn like button? Hip thrust that like button. Headbutt that like button. The land is super sweet. I should have sent it to Mike because that's one that Lefty's already checked out. I was getting ready to text you and started fixing some pants. Send it to me, please. I'm assuming it's the non-flipper sheepdog because I really want to see. I got that in my pocket right now. Bang! I already got that one. Yeah. Man, if they don't come out with a titanium version of this, they're out of their fucking minds because it will be such a hot seller. Now, they already did a titanium version of the October because you guys seen I have the prototype of this one. This is another one I could have sent Mike. I don't know why I didn't because yeah. But that was a smart option, right? Make a titanium version of the October. Man, make a titanium version of this. Somebody was asking me if they should do a hollow grind on it. If they should do a regrind on a hollow, man, that'd be sweet. But it's already so slicey. I mean, this thing's geometry is fantastic. It's very slicey. I call this thing the cardboard destroyer because it fucking destroys cardboard. Bro, my analytics are glitched, flatlined with no variations. Restart your shit. That's what I would do. It's happened to me before. That's what I had to do. I had to literally restart what I was using to go to my analytics and go to all that. I had to shut my shit off and let it sit for about 15 minutes. What the fuck? Oh, there it is. The October and carbon fiber. Well, they did it in my Carta, so I don't doubt that they're not gonna. I guess it just depends. It's doing so good that there's no reason why they don't do, in different versions. Tepe Designs is here. Looks like that. That's a Tucson designer right there. Were you talking about the Detolith? Because we got some Tucson designs in here. Oh, Tepe. Yeah. We got a couple Tepe designs. We love our Tepe designs in the house. I love this knife so much, man. This is such an amazing, amazing knife. Great geometry, great ergos. I love the damn I call it peaks and valleys. Love the peaks and valleys. And another thing I really like about it, and not everybody will probably like this, but I like the lock bar strength. It feels very solid. Some Tucsons have a light lock bar strength, and I'm not saying that they don't have good lock face geometry, because they do. You can have a light lock bar, and that Tucson is solid as all hell. Like, you can't get no play any direction. Super solid. But there's something to just feeling that a strong lock bar that's also very smooth. I like it. I love it. The one Kaiser you just had in hand. This one, or is this the one? Does it look like a Tucson design? I'm trying to think. Oh, I'm not left-handed, but bam, now I am. I think this is the one you're talking about. Because I got a bunch of them up here, or this one. You're probably talking about this one, the October. Yeah, the October. Yeah, you know what? There are a couple. There's this one Tucson, guys, that I really want to get. It's small though. If it was a full-size knife, holy shit. It's got a big opening like this, a big fuller, but all the way down. But the thing is, though, is it's only like this big. this big of a knife. But if it was like a full-size knife, the Warncliffe, yeah, you're talking about this one then. This one, or you're talking about this one. Because I guess this one could be called a Warncliffe, but I call it a cleaver. But you must be talking about this one. Yeah. And did you guys hear that detent? I am doing a giveaway, and everyone that has does donate to my GoFundMe will be eligible. It's going to be 3 or 4 knives, hanks, and other EDC items. I will put the link next. Thank you. Definitely check out his GoFundMe. I know we went and checked it out. Definitely go check it out. But we are not interested in the giveaway, so that'll be one more better option for you guys. Monster's a good dude in this community. Definitely supports people in the community and help them out. That's what this community is about, right, guys? We talk all this shit about this community being so great. So when their times are to be great, be great. It's the sheepdog. Oh, that's what we're talking about. Oh. This, man, it's such a good knife, man. It's such a good knife, man. The reverse flicking action is so good. And if you're not a reverse flicker, you're a thumb flicker, equally as good. The ergos are twice as good as the old one because you have this section. Because before, the flipper tab kind of pushed you down. Now it doesn't. So you can get up nice and close or real close to that blade. Fuck, that's such a good knife. And that detent sounds so good. It's got a nice, strong detent. I did notice one issue, though, that I didn't notice prior, but I'm working it out, and I think everything will be just fine. Time is it? What else? I didn't write down that much to talk about. Oh, yeah. Fuck. I don't know why I didn't bring this up already. How many people are watching? 81? Okay, guys. So you guys are probably just going to run there right now. So let me just say this. If you guys are going to fucking run there and go there right now, then still stay in the damn live. I don't want to lose everybody. Open up another tab, damn it. So that Gritomatic Work Sharp Precision Guided System attachment has dropped on Gritomatic's site. Hurry up and go fucking get it, because that is going to be a complete game changer for the Work Sharp Precision Guided Sharpener. If you have a Work Sharp Precision Guided Sharpener, you are going to want this clamp. It's a 4-inch stone clamp that will let you get diamond stones, Neeves stones, Gritomatic stones, ceramic stones, whatever stones. You'll be able to fit any stone because Gritomatic sells every stone in 4-inch variations or, sections. So if you have the Work Sharp Precision Guided Sharpener, you'll be able to turn it into basically a KME. So get that attachment. I got one ordered. It's on the way. James, he's got one on the way. And I'm going to be doing a video about it. And you're going to be awfully sad because it's going to fucking sell out really quick. That's all I'm going to say. So I told somebody about it the other day in the chat. And I said, man, just wait till you see what I got coming for that Work Sharp. Because I'm telling you, that thing's going to be such a game changer for that Work Sharp. Nobody will care about any other attachment that Work Sharp puts out if you get that, because you can get any stone or you can get straps, stones, ceramic, Neeves, whatever for that, because Gritomatic sells all the stones and things that fit inside the attachment. So that attachment will basically turn that system into, you could use whatever you want. So you guys will, I ordered what did I order? I ordered a whole bunch of Neeves stones for it. That's what I ordered for it. So you guys know how much I love my Neeves diamond stones. So I paid about $118 for four stones, I think. But I think they're double-sided stones. I think. regardless, I ordered 4 stones. It's going to get me basically from like 120 grit up to like 1200 grit, but their grits are different. So 1200 grit for them is going to be very fine, way finer than any 1200 grit you can think of. So they're like, just like their low grit is going to be not as coarse as, like, say, a 120 Veneve isn't a 120 diamond plate. So telling you guys, yeah, I was on the email list too, but I didn't get it. Somebody sent it to me on Instagram, which I appreciate them contacting me, because they did not send me an email. And it pissed me off because I was on that email list. And I guess, you know, some people, I always worry about that. Every time I get on something, I'm like, yeah, email me when it comes in. Half the time, I don't get an email. They're like, nah, fuck Neevesknives. Did somebody put in a link? The Gritomatic website. Yes, the Gritomatic website. Just go to Gritomatic. You can literally, if you go to Google, just write work sharp 4-inch attachment. Work sharp precision sharpener 4-inch attachment. Gritomatic will pop up, and the thing will pop up. You'll see it. That's how I get to it. Real simple. If I could put a link in right now, I would. Did somebody already put in a link? Maybe somebody put in a link. I don't see the link though, so maybe not. Yeah, no link. But it's real easy to find. But get to it quick. Breeze is in the house. He's done driving. Oh, Zonk, why have you not liked the live? Yeah, why haven't you liked? You know, there's at least 30 people just staring at the screen saying, I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking hitting that like button. I hate this motherfucker. I hate Neevesknives. I'm going to sit here and watch, but I hate him. Did you already talk about the roast? No, we have not talked about the roast. We're going to get to it here in just a few minutes, because we're going to play the roast, because we're going to use it as a talking point for the story time. We're going to use it for a talking point. And I'll explain it when we get to it. We'll get to it here in just a few minutes, because we're going to start it earlier than normal story time, because we're going to have to watch and talk. So I think it'll be fun. I can't wait. I'm excited. Do you have more stickers? I do have more stickers. If you need some stickers, I'll send you some. Today I carried, what did everybody carry today? Today I carried the Slim Midi to the, well, when me and Kara went out, I carried the Slim Midi, the Medford Slim Midi Marauder. Earlier for work, I carried the new Tucson button lock. I carried that and the this thing, the new Kaiser DL Orme. Is it Orme or Orme? DL Orme 20 CV top flipper, sheep's foot blade, stupid smooth, and it has just a little tiny top flipper, but you just do the little reach around. It's super easy. Or look how fall shutty that is. Or you can top or front flip it, but it is complete fall shut action. I've only hit the like button once. I've been personally complimented. Nah, I already hit it. Nice. 9 more people still need to hit that like button. Oh, that'd be awesome if you guys did. I handed this knife to a guy today. Man, he couldn't get it for the life of him. It really shows the coordination that we get with knives. And I see everybody's knives today. Cue ball, it's blocking links. I tried as well. Really? It's blocking the links? Oh, you have to be a moderator to drop links. That's probably why. One of the moderators probably has to do it. But I handed this to somebody, and like, he's trying so hard to get this, and he just can't. He's trying, like, he's like struggling all around it. And if you held it, it's so easy. Like, it's so easy. And then I told him, I was like, try to top flip it like this. And he's like, it's like he's like holding it up too high, or he's going too low, and he's like, And I'm like trying to tell them, like, listen, just cup around, get your pinkies or your, 2 bottom fingers around the clip, right? And then get yourself some leverage. And we're so coordinated with knives that it's very easy for us. But if you guys can remember, do you guys remember the first time or when you couldn't Spidey flick? I remember when I couldn't Spidey flick. I learned how to Spidey flick on thumb studs because I was trying to so hard. Jared White's got the stone holder ordered. You know what? Oh, there it is. Fiend got it. Bang. There is the link right there. Thank you, Fiend. Now with that, I want you guys, if you guys are you guys still in here? Okay, if you guys are here, leave a comment to them and tell them that you got it because of Neevesknives. Tell them recommended by Neevesknives. Tell them that. I was gonna try to contact them and see if they would just send it to me. I don't know how to talk to them. I honestly have no idea how to talk to Ergonomic. So I just had, which I would have bought it regardless, but it's because of all the sharpening stuff I do, it'd be nice, to have Ergonomic have my back. Now like sharpeningsupplies.com, they're fucking amazing. Worksharp, they're amazing. They both have sent me things. I'm gonna tell them you said not to buy it because it sucks. Good point, Jared. I hand an easy flipper or thumb stud knife to someone at work and they look like a toddler trying to use a spoon. I know what you mean. Julio though, man, Julio's getting good. He Spidey flicked that button lock Tucson, and that is the strongest detent I have ever felt on a button lock. Fun little manual TF. Oh, the Kershaw capsule. I haven't heard of that one. Cue Ball is carrying the Kershaw capsule. I don't think I've heard of that one. Why aren't you talking about the Olite knife? The Olite knife? The Olite knife? Olite made a knife? You're fucking shitting me. Yeah. You better not be bullshitting me, just trying to get me away from my live so people start dropping dislikes. Maybe it's a prototype and they haven't dropped it yet, so I won't get any too bad. No, that's the Warrior. I know that. Is it out yet? It must not be out yet. I didn't hear about it, man. I have not heard anything about an Olite knife at all. Not even a little bit. Olite came out with a knife. It's an N690. I may have known about the Olite knife a while ago. So, Mike, it's all your fault then. So you're holding out on information and from everybody else because you got a link to them. So that means you're like in bed with them, basically, right? You're basically in bed with them, and then you're holding out on information that could have served me good in this live. And the fucking designer. Here comes the truth, right? Here comes the truth, guys. Here comes the truth. I haven't seen it. Does it look cool? $50, huh? The NDR. Is it out yet? Like, you can buy it right now? Listen. That sounds so good. The NDA. I would look it up, but man, I got this thing. Hold on a second. Oh my God. Has this thing been going this whole time? Hang on a second. Oh, it has. No. What? Oh no. My thing's messed up. I gotta redo this really quick, guys. Sorry, hang on a second. Damn it. I had the OCD4EDC pulled up, ready to go, and it messed me up. Or it's all messed up now. My thing's not ready, and I wanted this thing to be ready. Okay, so now the one problem is man, I don't know if I'll be able to hear it. I might have to unplug my mic. Shit, I didn't think about this. I don't know if you guys. All right, we're gonna do a test run really quick because I need to know if you guys can hear it because I can't unless if I undo my microphone. Can I play it over here? Son of a bitch! This is gonna be messed up, and I gotta make this work. You guys will be able to hear it, but I won't. Oh, I know what I can do. I can play it silently over here in my ear, or I can put in headphones or something. Okay, so let's play it. Oh, they are talking. Okay, so there we go. All right. Sorry guys, what I was doing was getting this ready for to listen to them roast me, but I got to figure out how to hear it. Tell me, like, so I'm gonna play this. I want you guys to tell me if you can hear it. Please tell me quickly because I'm gonna pause it pretty quickly. So I'm just gonna play it and pause it. So let me know. Can you guys hear this? Okay. Can you guys hear it? I'm going to check out the Olight now on my other device. Nope. Okay. So I only played it for a second, though. Okay. So you guys could not hear it when I played it. Damn it. I got this show. I'm looking at the Olight really quick. Okay. So I need to probably, I'm going to unhook my mic. So give me a second, guys. Be patient. Can you guys hear me now? I don't need this no more because this is gone. Can you guys hear me good? Oh, I see the Olight knife. Can you hear me? Sound? No sound? Can you guys hear me? Yes, you guys can hear me. Now, tell me, can you guys hear this?
Neeves' knives is. The Neeves is. The Neeves
of the knives is
of the knives is. Yeah. So is this Kara or
what the hell's going on? Sorry guys. I'm not used to this. Okay, so you guys can hear that. Is it messed up? Is it screaming? Is it loud? Is it like echoey or anything? Sounds good. Thumbs up. Okay, I'm checking out this Olight knife. The Olight knife looks pretty cool. N690, so $52. I'll check it out after this. Okay, so it sounds good. So let's get started. So before we get it started, I do want to say I'm not going to like roast them back. I'm not going to use this as a moment to pick fun or anything at them. That's not what I'm doing this for. I appreciate that they roasted me. I really do. I want to thank them. I appreciate that they put me in their roast. I love a good sense of humor, and sometimes I feel a little alone in the sense of humor thing. And there's been times where I feel like that I'm having a sense of humor about something, and other people take it seriously. And so I appreciate them roasting me. That's awesome, and I think that's fantastic. I love that. I love that they have a sense of humor enough to do that, and I appreciate them adding me into it, because that would have broke my fucking heart if they would have did the whole thing and I sat there and watched it and never got on that bitch. I never got on the roast. I would have roasted them for sure. But since they did add me, I'm not going to roast them. Like I said earlier, it'd be just a little too easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to use it for story time. And we're going to talk about some of the things he says. So let's do it. I've got a sense of humor. Is Jared's way of crying. Yes, exactly. Right. I'm fucking crying on the inside. So let's start crying on the inside. Let's see how hurt I can get. No, what I want to do though, honestly, is I want to talk about, because I watched it already, and like there were like some talking points I figure were just going to be cool, and I figure you guys get a kick out of them. I don't know if I should just play the whole thing through and then go back, or if I should just keep pausing it. And you guys probably already seen it. If you guys want to see it, you guys can go watch his video. I'm right after Everyday City Carry. He did a bunch of people. So, all right, let's restart this really quick, because that was actually a funny joke he just said right there. Okay, here we go.
This is Zach. All right. Yeah, on location. All right, we going?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. That stupid thing keeps. Oh, here we go. We have one of the two Neeves' knives. Is this the Neeves? Is this the Neeves
of the knives? Is this
of the knives? Is this? Yeah. So is this Kara or?
Yeah, I think so. Kara.
Okay. All right.
Whatever it is, it has.
They had to catch me with the worst fucking hair ever, right? The picture. They did that on purpose. I know they paused me. Like, I mean, what better time to roast somebody than to get them in the perfect, most stupid frame, right? I look like I fucking got a little bit of bedhead on the side. Because what it is I put gel in my hair sometimes, and then like towards the end of the night, it's gotten all fucked up from wearing hats and running around and shit. Here in a minute, they make fun of my colic, I think. All right, let's get to it. Sorry.
I just saw a ghost, apparently. And I don't know, over here on his arm, over in this area, is this?
Surely it's a dragon.
Oh, you think it's a dragon?
Maybe it's a scorpion.
I was thinking
either
like.
way, it's stupid.
I was thinking more like the Jägermeister logo.
Oh, that could be too.
He's got this
Or
tag, the
probably
Jägermeister.
like
I'm unaware what the Jägermeister logo looks like, but they are correct. It is a dragon.
like a skeleton, like my brother
Like
had.
half a skeleton?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Like a full
skull?
skeleton skull, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Try to figure out what's on the bookshelf.
Well, so we
It's
have.
like some bobbleheads.
Let's talk about
Is
it.
it of the Neeves?
I don't know. Is that.
I can't.
That is bobbleheads of the Neeves. That was actually gifted to me by my cousin, Breeze's old lady, and she actually hand makes those. And I'll pull them up really quick so you guys check them out. There's actually a few things they actually talk about on my shelf, and I'll actually tell you guys what the shit is. So this is sorry. I'm going to pull this out really quick so you guys can see this, and then we'll go right back to it. So it's actually a bobblehead of Kara and me. I got the Neevesknives shirt on, and then Douglas is actually on her back. If I turn her head, you actually see Douglas is her backpack. I pop her head off so you guys can see it. Look at Douglas. He's even got the Band-Aid on his head. It looks just like him. It's literally a perfect picture of him. But this was so accurate of us. I love him. All right, next. Sorry, I know you guys are probably wanting me to just play it straight through. Like I said, you guys can go watch it be played straight through if you guys want that.
That company made the Neeves. There's a K.
Oh, you can just make your own. There's companies that you just go design your own bobblehead.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a K.
A picture of a knife. There's a.
Were they able to spell this correctly?
I appreciate the people that were in the chat backing me up, though. I see you guys backing me up in the chat. Thank you.
It looks like
the spacing doesn't look great, though. People say Jared looks like Ryan Felipe. No, negative. Negatory.
Who?
Ryan Felipe.
I would disagree, but I have heard that pretty much since I was probably like 17, 18 or something like that, since he first came out. But yeah, I would disagree too. But a lot of people say that shit. For a long time, I didn't even know who it was. I had to go look him up.
Oh yeah,
you remember?
Yeah. I remember the guy you're talking about. No, I'm gonna say a hard no there.
He says Ryan Felipe is way sexier. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to roast nobody.
Yeah, hard.
But yeah, so
Spanky said, "What in the Sam hell are we doing here, and how can I help?" We're making fun of people.
we're just making fun of people is really what this boils down to. Yep.
He's got moving blankets in the back. Yeah, we've noticed that.
Yeah,
that made us laugh.
Yes, he does.
Blankets for sound deadening.
Yes, he does. So sound blankets and moving blankets are the exact same, if nobody knows that. When you actually look up sound blankets, they will actually suggest moving blankets. You can get them far cheaper. And there's all different prices of moving blankets, but it's the same thing.
Good try. Good try.
Which I don't know, like, we don't do shit for that kind of stuff. Like,
No.
Yeah, we know.
we do absolutely nothing.
No. So here's what I gotta say. Your eyeballs are just too small for me, bud. I don't trust you.
He's a beady-eyed little fucker.
You got beady little slit eyes. I don't like it.
Huh.
That's quite the nose.
So is this ranking high up the scale?
I don't know. He's Sketch City. He might fucking. I don't know.
Okay.
What was that she just said? I don't know what she just said. I don't know. Anyways.
Let me talk some more.
Talk some more. You got to assess the situation. I think he's just of average size. You know, I don't think
from Chicago. Yeah.
He's from north of Chicago.
Average size. How large is Jared from Neevesknives? So this happens with everybody. So I've done this as well. Like Slicey Dicey. I thought Slicey Dicey was like 5'7", 5'8". That's just the way he appeared to me. I found out he's like 6'1" or something like that. So there is a big misconception of like size through a video. But I'm actually over 6 foot. I'm a flat, no shoes, flat foot, 6 foot, with like boots and stuff on, like 6'1". About 185. I fluctuate a little bit because I do calorie deficit sometimes, and sometimes I add weight, sometimes I lose weight, but I'm usually right around 185. Between 180 and 185. Like right now, I'm trying to lower a couple pounds and build muscle at the same time, which is a little difficult. But yeah, size though through a camera is hard to tell. It really is.
Area. So like, yeah, there's
Chicago.
Chicago, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
We riff on the head size. Yeah, it's a nog.
It is. I mean, he's kind of like an orange on a toothpick kind of a thing going on. But and he's got like some cowlick stuff going on at the hairline there.
Yeah.
I do got some serious cowlicks. Always had them. Got them in the front. Got them in the back. I got some cowlicks, but this one in the front is a major cowlick, and I'm just learning to appreciate it. So when I do my hair, it's just there. There's nothing I can do about it. So I just appreciate it and love it all the hell. I'm surprised they didn't go with the Eddie Munster joke, because I do have a widow's peak like a motherfucker. And man, that would have been a good one. I really thought they were going to go down that avenue. I was waiting for it, but they blew that one.
I can't fault the dude on that.
No, I'm not. Hey, I'm just pointing out.
Has Kara been cutting your hair though?
Cut my own hair, actually. Right here, I got fucked up hair, but yeah, I do cut my own hair. Kara trims up my back, lines me up around the neck, but yeah, I usually fade my own shit.
Molly cuts mine.
Feel you, girl.
Yeah.
See, okay, so, I feel like Jared might be a bit of a bitch though. Kara's wearing the pants.
There's a conch shell on the shelf there.
Okay.
What happened to the?
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about wearing the pants. Wearing the pants. I think that's a cool subject. So some people might not agree with what I'm about to say, but everybody's different. So me and Kara are actually very religious. So we're both Christians, and you know, being Christian of Christian values, you believe God above man, man above woman, woman above children. So it's a man's duty to lead the house and be a good leader for the family, and to, you know, I guess, wear the pants. So that's actually a duty I have to fulfill. You know, not even. I mean, I wouldn't even just put it just towards my religion. I think that's kind of important, period. But you know, with religion in the background as well, that's a very important thing that that I have to fulfill. So next thing.
Fucking dog. Didn't they have some stuffed dog?
Everybody made fun of him too much.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Or at least I made fun of him for it.
What he says, Todd.
Good shit.
He can't take
Homemade.
less time.
I see Chicago and Jay says homemade fade. I love that shit. I'm gonna start using that. What you wear? I got a homemade fade going on.
Got it.
Okay. Well, I'm left-handed, so that motherfucker getting knocked out.
Good enough.
Knocked out. All right, so let's talk about getting knocked out. Have I ever been knocked out before? I've honestly never been knocked out. I've been choked out. So I've been, you know, put to sleep, but never knocked out. Now, when I got shot in the face and I broke all the bones in my face, that was probably the closest I've been to being knocked out. When I got hit with the bottle, I didn't get knocked out either. But that did ring me pretty good. Usually a knockout usually comes from the jaw, you know, getting hit in the jaw. Not saying you can't get knocked out from being hit in the head. I've seen people get knocked out from getting hit in the head. I actually got kicked in the head by my dad when I was younger, and that almost knocked me out. Because he had some legs on him, man. My dad he could kick you right in the fucking head. But you know, like doing like kickboxing and karate and shit growing up, like he you know, he was all about that. Like he'd beat the fuck out of it. He'd come in the room. If you guys knew like my dad, then me saying this stuff wouldn't be shocking to you at all. You'd be like, yeah, no shit. But like I could just walk in a room and my dad would just kick me right in the fucking head out of nowhere. That's just how he was. But no, I like when I got hit with that bottle, my eyebrow got removed, or not removed, but you know, was hanging. That almost knocked me out, but it didn't. I didn't get knocked out. I actually kept fighting. And what else? The last time I got hit in the jaw, I've told that story, was with that biker dude at my door, and he hit me in the jaw. Didn't knock me out. And he was a pretty badass dude. But yeah, I've never been knocked out unconscious. They say when you do get knocked out though, and I think there's studies that prove this, that it's actually easier to get knocked out after that. So if you've been knocked out once, twice, 5 times or whatever, you know, if you're a boxer or something like that, or just, you know, if you've been in a lot of fights or something, then you are more susceptible to getting knocked out. So I guess I'm lucky that I haven't been. And definitely when I got shot in the face, that was so close, like, because I damn near did a backflip when I got hit. So, but it still didn't knock me out though, surprisingly.
Yeah. So we got a conch shell over here.
Yeah, I'm with Z-Man. His lady is more.
Oh, by what? Wait, I should be talking to you guys through this. We will. I'll talk to you as soon as I'm done with this. We'll continue talking.
More scared than him.
And you guys, yeah, and you guys can ask any of the questions you guys want to ask.
I think so. I think that's probably true.
Still not scared of her, but I bet she's ghetto as hell too.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, being from north of Chicago, there's just a lot of yelling. That's all that is. Like, I've been up there a bunch. I know the area well.
Yeah.
Doubt that.
Yeah.
And there's just a whole lot of yelling. This is where guys push each other and just do a lot of yelling.
Shit talk. It's not like
not much action. It's just a lot of yelling.
Like where I went to high school and girls be straight dripping weave out of heads.
Yeah. Motherfucker taking earrings out and get it on. Yeah, this is a lot of pushing, and then.
So actually, where we're at right now, so I doubt he's been where I'm at. because like where I'm at now, it's very nice where we're at. Where we're at is a really nice area. It's the nicest area I've ever lived in, to be honest. The only way you would get like what he's talking about right here is like if you went to the mall, something like that, or like Six Flags or some shit, because this is a nice area, for the most part. But I didn't grow up here. I've just recently moved here. But the places I lived mostly my whole life was Waukegan, Zion, and North Chicago, not Gurnee. And I lived south of Chicago for like 3 or 4 years or something. But like those areas are like there would be no reason like for him to be in like North Chicago. North Chicago is just there's only 3 reasons you'd be there. The Navy base, because the Navy base, is there, but even the people that go to the Navy base, they're not even there. You don't see them there. If they leave the base, they're one street out, one street in. They don't go there. There's no reason for them to go anywhere in that town. And then Abbott's there. The people that work at Abbott, same thing. It's on the same road. They drive in and out. That's it. They don't go anywhere there. 98% of them don't live there, because it's a very low income housing areas. It's all projects. It's all it's all gangs. That's all it is. So the only reason why he'd be there is if he was in a gang, if he was on the base, or if he worked at Abbott. That'd be the only 3 reasons you would ever be in that town. Like I worked in doing construction there my whole life and shit like that. But and then like Waukegan is a Hispanic city, or it's just a small city. And then Zion's just a small city too. But pretty much the same thing. So, but then Gurnee it's west of those areas, and it's really nice here. But North Chicago, like the city, is all rich, meaning of the city of Chicago. So like the south, west, and east side of Chicago is downtown Chicago and all those places is separate. So north part of the city is all rich. That's literally a rich area of Chicago. Like the richest area of Chicago is going to be the north side of Chicago. And I'm specifically talking about downtown because there's a difference. There's like anytime you talk about Chicago, you're either talking about downtown or the suburbs, which is completely different. Downtown's going to be the city, the skyscrapers and all that shit, and then the suburbs is the suburbs, the outskirts of Chicago.
And then once it gets broken up, a bunch of shit talk about how I was gonna beat that motherfucker's ass. I was gonna fuck him up, and it's a good thing you got here. I was gonna fuck him up. I don't know what this glass bowl is here. Is that one of those?
No, I think it's a lens, maybe.
It's actually a magnifying glass. It's I took it out of a one of those big TVs, the old big TVs, the old big screens. That's what they're called, big screen TVs. I took it out of one of those, and I used to use it for my videos to get close-ups of edges. So you can use it as it's a magnifying glass. So, and it's really big, and it zooms in like big time. So, at the beginning of the channel, I had to improvise with a lot of things, So I would improvise with whatever I had, could do to make the channel work. Moving on.
Oh, is it?
I don't know. I don't really care.
I was thinking, I don't know. I was thinking it was like some sort of crystal ball thing.
Maybe. I don't know.
Or one of those things that that Spencer's had back in the day that like had the spark or the
the electric current.
The electric,
yeah.
I can't remember what they're called. You put your hand on it.
I'm not 12 anymore.
Right.
We just shoot people down to ask questions later. You damn right.
Yes. Yep.
We's just joking.
I don't know who they're talking to right there. I know they read a comment. I'm not sure if the comment was somebody from Chicago or somebody from down south where they live. I'm guessing it's from somebody down south, and I don't know, but I would say statistics would prove that that different and wrong. Obviously, I mean, I don't think I need to go into that.
But I don't like his creepy little eyes.
Creepy little eyes.
I'm watching you, motherfucker.
I got some
I don't
beady
know.
eyes.
Keep your fucking Chicago.
I guess I kind of do have some beady eyes, don't I? I definitely got some squinty eyes.
Eyeballs off me.
All right, so score here, badassery score.
3.
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm more scared of Kara.
Okay.
I'm not scared of your ass, Sophie.
The two of them together.
Maybe I didn't watch the whole thing. I didn't know what they were rating. So if you guys know, what were they rating? I don't know. I didn't watch the beginning of this. I watched just some of it. So, and I fast forwarded through the beginning because I had learned about it. So I was trying to catch it for this. But yeah, I don't know what the rating is.
No, he'll hide behind a dumpster and Carol.
Okay, so still a 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
For
All
sure.
right. Got it. All right, next up.
So I can't even watch them roast BJ Hill. He's such a sweetheart. I love that dude. He's such a good dude. Maybe I'll watch it after this because, like I said, I haven't gotten a chance to watch the whole thing. I watched them roast. Who did I see? Metal Complex, Ray from Everyday City, Carrie, and then me. And I didn't have a chance to see the whole thing yet. So, but I will though. I'll definitely watch it. I think it's awesome that they did this, and I do appreciate them putting me in their roast. And I remember when I was going to do that roast on everybody, and then I didn't do it. So I think it's awesome that they did it because I didn't get to do it. So they beat me to it for sure. I know you guys were all like pumped about me doing that video, and I let you guys down, but it's all good. I was honestly worried about offending people, you know, because I have offended people, and I know that, and I know some people have taken some of the things that I've said as jokes as serious, and you know, I don't want nobody to be offended by anything I say, but I personally love like the gaffes and goofing and roasting and shit like that, but not everybody does. Some people actually take it serious and get a little hurt by it. So that's why I wound up not doing it. Let me get back to the chat. So now we are back to the chat. But yeah, if you guys want to go definitely go watch the whole thing if you guys didn't see it or didn't know about it. Badass skill from 1 to 10 being Chuck Norris. Oh, 10 was Chuck Norris. Yeah, Chuck Norris is badass. So what was that saying? He'll punch you with his chin or something. He'll kick you with his chin. Wasn't that from Family Guy? That's hilarious. I do too. Blame Dexter. I do too. The knife world is what we call a target-rich environment. In my family, it's a sign of endearment to give someone a little help. If you knew my family, yeah, for sure. My family's the same way. That's all we do is give each other help, give each other shit. Like being in a family house with my family, it is so loud and chaotic. It gets crazy, and people that are not used to it, like it's hard for them to even enjoy themselves because it's so fucking crazy. I've definitely had like friends and, you know, exes and stuff that just like, it's hard for them to handle. I have a first cousin in Barrington Hills. He believes, he's not sure. Rating on how many drinks she would need to lie with. Is that true? Or was it the 1 to 10 Chuck Norris thing? Oh, that's hilarious. But you've knocked out other people in the past, right? Yes, I actually have. Not saying that that's a good thing, though. I've definitely hurt a lot of people, and it's not something I'm proud of. So, yeah, I mean, in self-defense situations, you're proud of it. I mean, I've obviously been in a ton of fights, self-defense wise, and in those cases, it's, you know, it's okay. But at times, like when I was the aggressor or anything, like I totally feel bad for shit I've done in the past. Especially like losing your cool and things. Yeah. Who disliked? I don't have a dislike on my thing. Did somebody dislike? Somebody's an asshole. OCD's in here. Some asshole, 2 assholes put thumbs down. Says there 2. I see only 1. You have the eyes of someone who knows things. I'll take that. I'll take that. It's better than beady-eyed bastard. Richie B's in the house. Just not having that triple digit. Oh, rating whether or not she could kick your ass. Like I said, I'm not gonna roast. I'm not gonna roast. Plus, it wouldn't be appropriate. I'd be punching down, so to speak. You know. I have people are too sensitive these days. Absolutely, absolutely. And I earlier when we were at the mall, we went into this one store, and it's like half the stuff in there is like USA made products. You know, all of it is some sort of way USA made. But some things are made like, you know, like half and half, like partially. But anyways, the point is that one of the sayings on the shirt was it showed like a person humping your feelings. So it was fuck your feelings. I thought that was hilarious. I loved it. I almost got it. I almost bought it. I bought this other one instead. It has like a Spartan on the front, and it shows like some of the flag, and has like a target on the back with the Spartan swords. I'll wear it one of these days, and it's got like the flags on the sides. And I bought that one purely because it's 100% made in the U.S. The other ones I seen were made in like Nicaragua, and then they were like shipped here and then labeled and set up here, like actually not even far from here. I think it was like just right over the border in Wisconsin. In my family, oh, I already read that. All right, I got to get back to the comments. Roasting is a site of love and respect. Most fights I got into were on the ice rink. I was the captain of the I'll tell a story about that. Okay, go ahead. I was the captain of the hockey team, so other teams targeted me. You think they would have learned? They must have liked getting their ass kicked. So I got my ass kicked on the ice arena. So growing up, we had a local ice arena. We actually had a local roller rink too. I got into a lot of fights at the roller rink too. The roller rink wound up getting shut down because it was such a it was horrible. Like I remember people getting shot at and all kinds of shit. And eventually it did get shut down. But the ice arena was the same way. Like it got really bad. Like the last time I was there, I remember like tons of crazy shit. But anyways, I was there and I actually got into a fight. I actually got kind of jumped on the ice, and they were both hockey players. And even though I could ice skate, I wasn't a fucking hockey player, and we're on ice. So no excuses. I got my ass kicked, but they definitely knew what they were doing on the ice way more than me. You know, fighting on ice is not fun, especially with hockey players. And it was two of them. Yeah, they wrung my ass real good because they even were like taking it far, where like not even like one-on-one like fist fighting, standing there fighting, like they were getting like speed and like going away and coming back and getting my ass. They fucked me up. The one dude I caught later on outside the place, and I actually got him back, but when it was just one-on-one. Haven't been able to get into a fight since I learned to fight. Got in some fights as a kid, but once I actually did some studying, I'm grateful I haven't. We are fragile creatures. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's not. It's better to love than to fight, for sure. Fighting's never fun. It's never fun, you know, and a lot of times, you know, like say, even if you win the fight, you know, that's I guess that'd be the only time it'd be fun. Like in like a self-defense, you won the fight, something like that. That's when it's fun. But when it comes down to just like fighting somebody, especially like somebody you know, like it gets personal, you feel bad after. Like I remember this one time I got into a fight with my cousin, and we were arguing. I forget what we were arguing about. It doesn't matter. But there was like one of these big, heavy metal ashtrays, the tall ones, and I picked it up and I threw it at him. and it didn't hit him, but it like landed next to him. And I ran up to him screaming at him, and I hit him. I hit him in the jaw. I think I only hit him once, but I hit him really hard. Later that day, he wound up getting like a tooth problem. His face swelled up like this, and because he had a bad tooth. So I literally made his tooth like go like I forget the name of it, like abscess or whatever, and it gave him an infection in his tooth. His fucking face swelled up like this, and I love the dude. Like he's like my best friend, and so but like things like that, like it never feels good. It never feels good unless if it's like say you're boxing or doing MMA or something like that. Then yeah, of course. But like on the streets fighting, it's always unless if it's a self-defense situation, then it's fun, right? If you win. But if it's a self-defense situation and you lose, that could be your life. And I've seen way too many people get shot and stabbed and fucked up for nothing. Like it's scary, man. And you never know what can happen with you or with them. Or worst case scenario, you win and you killed the guy. At my dad's house, there was this kid that would come by and they'd play cards, and he was at a bar, and he got into a bar fight. Dude punched him one time, and he hit the concrete and hit his head on one of those concrete curb things, killed him instantly. So dude winds up going to prison for murder, and dude's dead from one punch. Fucking crazy. Haven't been able to, I read that one. Sorry, I'm backed up, guys. Got into a fight a month ago. At 50, it's not fun. I still feel bad, but I told him to keep walking. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the older you get, the more. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not that old yet, but I wonder, like, do you have more of an excuse or less of an excuse, right? Are you supposed to be older with age? So now you're supposed to be older and brighter, and it's kind of like because sometimes, and I do truly, like, even though I have like the worst fucking ego and I'm stubborn as all hell and I will almost never walk away, in the back of my head, I know that it does take sometimes a bigger man to just walk away, to just say, is it worth it? Like Kara gave it to me one time, right? But she knows like how I get. And she sat down and talked to me one time, and she was like, if something happens, right, and you go to jail again, right? Because if I get locked up again, like, throw away the key, right? So if that happens, like, let's say I get locked up for a year or something, right? That's a year away from her, a year I'm hurting her over a senseless fight that could probably end with me just walking away. So is it worth it, right? And she knows how I am, where it's like, I'm not going to walk away, and that's the hardest thing for me. And sometimes you do got to put your ego aside and just be the bigger man and realize like that this person's more important than that. Now, obviously, if it was her being threatened, I know she would want me to walk away, right? But that ain't fucking happening. But if it did boil down where it's just like an ego fight or something, it's like, come on, is it worth getting locked up? Is it worth it? Because you're probably not going to think so after a few days in of eating that shit food. Hey, everyone. Came in too late tonight, but wanted to stop by and say hey before it was over. I'll watch the replay. Hey, Brandon, thank you for coming in, man. Thank you for coming in. When you know how to hurt someone with your hands, all you can picture is a cell. Yes, when some simp disrespects you, pretending they want to fight. Yeah, I've definitely been there, where I've actually been there a few times where it's somebody talking shit and it's like, dude, I could fucking end this guy like that, and it's not worth it. It's not like, I think sometimes the instance when you really start wanting to fight, it's because it's a I'm not gonna say it's a challenge, but it's a threat, right? It's a threat. But sometimes when it's not, like, put it this way, a 5-year-old walks up to you and wants to fight, are you punching that 5-year-old in the fucking head? No, you're not, right? You're not. You're going to laugh. You're going to walk away. You know, it's not going to be worth it. If somebody that was very elderly, right? You're not going to do it out of respect and a lot of other things, but also because you know what you could do. So yeah, there is a point of where it's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to fight this fucking guy. You know, if anything, I'll give him the respect and back down, because I think that's the most honorable thing to do in that situation. Let him feel like he won, right? Because you know, right? You know, and it's like, come on, I'm not going to sit here and do this with you. You won, buddy. You won. You're the tough guy. I work clubs, pubs with guys in their 60s that are still willing to go. Had to break 2 of them up about 6 months ago when 2 of them went. Shit, my dad was still fighting in his wheelchair. My dad was, however old, I don't even remember, fucking 60 years old, in a wheelchair, paraplegic, paralyzed from the nipples down. I watched him go after something. He takes his chair. This is funny as hell. He takes his chair, circles it, right, because he's in his wheelchair, electric wheelchair, goes all the way up to the guy, hits the guy in the legs, pins him against the wall, and then just starts drilling him in the stomach. Then there was this other person, it was actually a family member, he all the way up to him, hits in those electric wheelchairs. Those things will hurt you. Like they don't stop. They can carry like 700, 800,000 pounds, 2,000 pounds, depending on the size of the wheelchair. So if they hit you full blast, they're not stopping. They're gonna run you over, and they're so heavy. Like my dad's was 350 pounds without him in it, and he was a 200-pound man. So 500 pounds, 550 pounds. Anyways, so he rolls into this guy, pins his legs against a couch. The guy can't move. But as he pins him at the same time, because the impact, he hits the guy's legs into a couch, and on impact, he goes diving out of the chair, lands on the guy, and is fucking drilling him. Oh man, that was crazy. But yeah, I've known a lot of older guys. They don't fucking play around. Damascus confuses me. I know manufacturers use different steels for Damascus, so I don't know if I should pay premium just for it. I wouldn't pay premium for any Damascus that's not Damasteel or like maybe Chad Nichols or something like that. Like there's most custom makers, they know where to get the good high dollar Damascus. They're not usually going to make it unless if they have a reputation with making good Damascus, because the Damascus is, to be honest, most Damascus is shit. It's not a good steel. Like it's steels up. I'm not saying that people can't do it right, especially the powdered versions. Powdered versions of Damascus, like Damasteel, Savivi's Damascus, that's good Damascus because it's a powdered version. That's why it's so good. That's why the edge retention tests do so good with it. But regular Damascus is shit, in my opinion, unless if it's done by certain people. And even then, sometimes it's arguable. Rock'em Sock'em Grandpas. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was hilarious. What is Reeves Damascus? I don't know. I honestly don't know. That is a good question. If anybody knows that answer in the comments, let us know, because I have no idea what he uses at all, and not even a guess. Damasteel for the win. Yes, Damasteel for the win for sure. Damasteel is awesome. It's RWL 34 and a couple other components, but they're steels that work out good with RWL 34. And like I said, it's a powdered version. So being a powdered version, it's going to be far more superior than melting, solid metals together into a billet. And it's basically just one billet when it's done. Like it's basically just one piece of steel. Yes, it etches, and yes, you can see the lines and the contrast between the steels, but for the most part, it's just one solid piece of steel. Steve Rowland, a really great bladesmith in Colorado makes his own prime Damascus. But there's so many of those guys. You'll hear of Alabama Damascus and fucking whatever Damascus. There's so many different Damascuses. What is it made out of? And I mean, that's the big question. What's it made out of? Because a lot of times they're just putting steels together and it doesn't work together. Like if you sharpen Damascus and you're used to sharpening, you can feel it. Like you can feel like you'll feel like it's almost like you'll feel hard and soft, hard and soft, hard and soft. And you sometimes the depending on the stones you're using, it'll like take some steel away faster than others in certain parts. You'll go to take your nail across it after deburring it, and you'll feel inconsistencies. Like it can be a headache. Now, like I said, with good reputation Damascus, which I have sharpened before, like I've sharpened some Chad Nichols that was pretty good, but you guys aren't going to hear this. I'm going to put it in the back of my throat. I'm out of water. You can Google the Damascus steel stuff by the versions and download a fact sheet on compositions. There you go. The real... That's so funny. For whoever doesn't know, the joke there is that if you go on Amazon, you will see plenty of knives that say real Damascus knife. Yeah, it is a real Damascus knife. $20, and 90% of them aren't even heat treated. They're like, if you bend them, they'll literally bend and stay there. They'll literally just like, you'll bend them and they'll go whoomp. Yeah, pot metal. Exactly. That Miguram Pagos might be the first bead blasted blade I've ever liked. Is it bead blasted? Yeah, it is bead blasted. Only get it from reliable makers that knows their shit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Outdoors 55 did that video. Exactly. Yeah, they did that video, and he showed it too. It was like he like bent it, and yeah, it just warped. And you can actually, like with some of them, if you warped it back and forth, you can peel the steels apart. But I'm literally talking about like the Pakistani Damascus and shit like that. I'm sure like some of the other ones are done okay, but I don't want it. Yeah, why not just trust them? It's only $20. Dem ass cuss. Yeah. It was his best content, man. I don't know what happened to him. Like he came back and then left again. I don't know if he got demonetized again, because the reason why he left the last time was because he got demonetized, and then he got monetized back, and so he was back, and then now I haven't seen him on in a long time. Yeah, bent and crumble. And that's typical of Amazon Damascus. Civivi, though, Civivi's Damascus is good. It really is. It's really good. And I've sharpened quite a bit of it. It's really good, but it's a powdered version. So it's like one billet of steel. Outdoors 55, he was doing like, you probably know who he is. He did knife sharpening and some knife stuff, but he basically did a lot of work in a shop and things like that. He's had a channel for a while. He has a massive channel. Like he had a massive channel, like really big. I forget what he's up to, but over 100,000. I think it was like 300,000. I don't remember, but he had a lot of subs, a lot of followers, like 350,000 or something like that. And then he got demonetized, and he was, the last time when he came on and he got remonetized and was making videos, he had gotten like this new microscope that could hook up to his camera, so he could like show you the steels and the edges and all kinds of stuff. And seemed like he was going to come back and do some great shit, but he was also talking about how he was kind of homeless and like There was a lot of things going on with them, but I don't know if they re-demonetized them or what. Jared, if you were to buy 2 stones for the work sharp attachment, which 2 do you buy to complement the stock stones? Well, if you're on a budget, get just diamond plates. Get diamond plates. You already have a 300 and like a 600, but to be honest, those are not great 300 and 600 grit stones. Even just replacing those 2 stones, you're going to have a lot of better edges, or your edges will be far better. But I would say if you want a fine edge, get a 1200 grit on top of it. Then with your ceramic that you already have with the work sharp, you will be able to get a nice polished edge a lot faster. However, if you want to be able to work, because the foundation of any edge is your first stone. That a lot of people think like, oh, I need the fine grits, right? I need the finer edges. No, the foundation to having a razor sharp edge is your first stone. So I would say get a low grit, whatever that is, 300 grit, 200 grit, something like that, something that's aggressive, even if 100 grit, something that's very aggressive so that you can reprofile fast. That's the point too. You can do it fast. You can reprofile fast. You can change angles fast. So if you want to take an angle from 22 degrees to 15 degrees, you can do it fast. And then your other stones will go like cake. Because if your first stone, you laid that foundation. If you lay a good foundation, your first stone, all the other stones go fast. The first stone is going to take you the longest. And if you have another stone between the 600 and the ceramic, you can use that ceramic to polish your edge. But you need like a 1200 grit stone. But me personally, I bought the Neeves stones. So I would go like with, I didn't see the polishing stones that I have that they didn't have any available, I don't think, because they come and go. Like what Gritomatic has in stock is what they have in stock. They'll sell it, they'll get more. It constantly comes and goes. So if they have stuff there and they don't show it listed, it's just not in stock right now. They'll get it back. They constantly have restocking. But if you have the opportunity, I would get a very fine grit so that you can get a diamond polished edge from Neeves, and then a coarse and a medium. So if you can get a coarse, a medium, and a fine grit, because some of them are double-sided, so you can have a coarse and a medium. Then on the next stone, a high, medium, and a ultra fine. So that's where I would go with it. But those cost more money though. So that's why I say if you're on a budget, just get them diamond stones. And if that doesn't explain it good enough, you can contact me on Instagram and we'll talk more about it. Civivi's Damascus is great. It's fucking amazing. I believe, I don't remember. It got a really good cut test. I think Outpost 76 did a test on it and it got really good results. What stone do you use to get a toothy working edge on Maximet PM3? I hear Maximet don't like a mirror finish. No, Maximet takes a great mirror finish. That's okay. So Maximet takes a phenomenal mirror edge. I'm talking about it has a ton of bite. The problem with it is that it's weaker. So if you're tough on your edges, then putting a mirror edge on Maximet's probably not the best idea. You probably will get some chipping in the edge, after a few days of use or a week of use or whatever. So it just depends on what you do with the knife, but it will take a hell of a mirror edge. Now, a lot more people like to put, like, to me, if I want a really good edge on it, I'd go 600 grit. I'd use a 300 grit and then a 600 grit, and that's it. Knock off the burb. 600 grit edge on Maximet is dangerously sharp. dangerously sharp. It has so much bite to it, but even the mirror edge is like that too. The mirror edges, man, they like K390. K390 is the same way. K390 will take a hell of a mirror edge. But Maximet is not tough at all. It's like the exact opposite. Like if this is tough knives and this is this opposite side of the spectrum, this is Maximet for toughness. So with a mirror edge, you know, and especially if it's at a low angle, like a 17, 15 degree angle, yeah, you have the possibilities of it being chippy. That's basically what I'm saying. It has the potential. I'm not saying that'll happen to you. It has the potential. Because it depends on what you do with your knife, you know. If you're really delicate with your knives and you literally only cut basic light duty things, it'll be fine. And it'll stay sharp for an incredible long time. But yeah, if you're rough on your knives and you're cutting heavy duty straps and doing things like that and going through cardboard and tapping the table as you go through it and hitting staples and things like that, yeah, it's going to get chippy. And then even under certain circumstances where you might not even feel like you're being tough on your knife, it has the potential to chip. So K390, it's the same thing, kind of. I mean, I think it's a little bit tougher than Maximet, but it's not a tough steel. You wouldn't say it's a tough steel. It has high edge retention. I forget what the toughness is on K390. I should remember it. Let me just pull it up really quick. But K390 though, man, I love K390. K390 is like, in my opinion, it's the best steel. The problem with it is it's not going to be adequate for a lot of people because it's not stain resistant. It's going to patina. It's going to rust. You know, you can protect it, but yeah, it's not going to be oh, damn it, here we go. Let's check out the toughness for it. Where is the toughness? All right, toughness. Oh, it says it has a decent toughness. The steel is highly hard, which makes it brittle with decent impact resistance. So they're just sugarcoating it. That's basically saying that it is brittle. It doesn't have good impact resistance. When you say decent, it's still a steel, right? It's still a steel. It's still going to be okay. For most people, it's going to give you, like, you just got to know what you have and what you're working with, you know. You want to use that steel appropriate for that steel. That's why I always say, like, the steel should make sense with the knife. All right, so the closest steel to our K390 would be S90V, an exception for corrosion resistance, S90. Oh, I thought it was comparing toughness. Sorry, it's just comparing them hand to hand. I want to read something else on their toughness because that didn't really say too damn much. Where is... Does it have K390 in here? Let me see. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just looking through here really quick. I don't think it does. No. I think it's plenty tough for a lot of people. I don't think it's like bad. So Maximet is where that's going to be like far, far at the opposite end of the spectrum. K390 is going to be okay, but no, it's not a tough steel. It's not 14C28N. It's not going to be a tough steel. So you don't want to be banging things with it and, you know, chopping and hitting harder things with it. MC did a video today and said Maximet was the toughest out of the high edge retention steels. No. Wait, MC did a video today and said Maximet was the toughest out of the high edge retention steels. Let's see. He might be right. I don't think so though. Maximet. I've always heard of Maximet as what the hell happened? As being a like the exact opposite of tough. And that's how I've always looked at it, and that's how it's always been for me. Why won't this? Am I spelling it wrong? Let me just go like that. Why does it keep giving me this? You're a bitch. But yeah, Maximet's it's not tough. Like, and then when you say high edge retention steels, comparing it to what? S110V? Yeah, S110V is not tough. Usually with high edge retention, you're going to get low toughness. There are some steels though, 3V, you know, has good edge retention and toughness. There are some steels that do. M390 and 20CV, that was supposed to be like the end all be all, you know, because it's well rounded, where you have a great amount of edge retention, good toughness, great stain resistance. So why wouldn't that just give me the toughness? Toughness. Strong steels, micro. Why is maximum? Blah 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 blah. Top super steels available today around the world. Super steels dating back, superior edge retention, strength, maximum steel composition to understand how. I won't just give me the toughness. I hate when I gotta go through all this, because I know you guys are probably dipping out on me right now because I'm sitting here focused on this. I shouldn't be sitting here focused on this. Just look up their toughness. I'm sitting here trying to find it so I can read it to you guys, but people are going to be leaving if I keep going with this. So do we all agree D2 is now being phased out in favor of 14C? They are for some companies. They're listening to us. That's what it is. They're listening to us sit here and talk about how we want 14C28N. How did I get puppies to pull up? So... I think it'd be the best idea or best thing that they could do. I personally think that the best thing they could do is replace D2 and other steels with 14C28N. Now, the problem with it, we had a donation. Did I miss it? I don't see a donation. I'm sorry, I don't see one. The problem with it is that so what I heard was that the only way to get it is to buy a shit ton of it. Like, it's not like you can just go buy a little bit of it. You have to buy a lot. Oh, there is a ding ding. I'm sorry, John Evans. Thank you, man. I was on this other thing. Sometimes it doesn't show me over here. Thank you, man. I appreciate the donation. That's awesome, man. Thank you. Toughness due to its high hardness. It has low toughness. The harder the steel, the easier it breaks. So the Maximet steel is very hard steel, but it can break very fast. Exactly. Yeah, I was trying to read the exact thing so that I can read exactly what a forum is saying about it, so that it's not coming from my mouth. It's actually coming from a steel chart, but my pad wasn't working too good for me. But thank you, John, man. I appreciate that. I can't believe I didn't see it, but sometimes this one normally shows it when I'm on right here, but sometimes, like this time, it didn't show it to me. But man, are you familiar with K110? It's D2. That's what K110 is. D2. It's just another country's form of D2, but it's the same thing. What steel has the toughness to penetrate deep into Thanos' body, but the edge retention to slice the rotten tomatoes? The movie. Great question. Great question. I would say, I'd say 14C with that one. 14C 28N. That's what I would say with that one, Matt. Or Kirk Emerson. Related to Ernie Emerson. Zach, happy hump day, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate that. He's got the Camelback. What does that say? MC knows more than Super Steel Steve and Outpost 76 combined. Right. Yeah, don't be questioning MC now. No, you might have possibly misunderstood what he was saying, because I'm pretty sure he knows the Maximet is not tough. And he might have said it in a specific way, like talking about that, like he could have been meaning like between Rex 121, right? S110V, Maximet, like that's the toughest, right? He could have meant it like that, because in that case, I believe it is. It's just those other steels. I mean, like Rex 121, that's the highest edge retention steel we have that I know of, known to man, right? Is Rex 121, at least as far as I know of. Maximet is, is really close to it. It's right there on the fence with it, but Rex 121 still beats it. But I believe Maximet is tougher than Rex 121. That's going to be the problem with probably Rex 121. It's going to be so hard because, that's why, when we talk about heat treats, right? Let's talk about any steel right now. Any steel, right? Doesn't matter the steel. Well, let's say any regular steel. At low HRC, it's going to be tougher. At high HRC, it's going to be harder, more brittle. What you're trying to get is that good area where, because high HRC leads to high edge retention, low HRC leads to low edge retention but high toughness. So you're trying to find that happy medium where it's tough, hard, and everything, where it's going to be balanced. Problem with some of the companies in the past is that they were playing too safe. They were saying, let's make it soft. Or I think they thought they were making it hard, but they really weren't. They were playing it safe because they didn't want the edges to be chippy and things like that, especially with people being hard on knives. They wanted their steel to, because I think people, if they smack something with the edge and it doesn't deform, they're thinking, yeah, great, man, the steel is awesome. They're not counting their cuts. You know what I mean? But when we got towards the future and we start seeing actual performing cut tests that are controlled, it shows us how we're not getting good edge retention from these steels, but because they were making them lower HRC to make them tougher. So probably less knives coming back with damage. I think that's what MC was saying about that Maximet is the best balance for high retention metals. I like Maximet. I do. I like Maximet. I really like Crewware. Yes, I've sharpened Rex 45 a few times. Right, that's another one. Rex 45 is awesome. Really awesome. It takes a crazy edge, man. Those steels, some of those steels, when you have the right stones, it takes those steels to the next level. That's why a lot of people say, like, say Neeves stones, right? Do you need to get Neeves stones? No, you don't. You really don't. You can sharpen on diamonds, aluminum oxide. You can sharpen on anything. But if you want to take a super steel to the next level of sharpness, then that's when the Neeves stones comes in, because it's diamonds being taken to a high grit or low micron, where you're getting a 5,000 grit edge with diamonds though. So let me fucking grab the chat. Yeah. Have you checked out? Oh yeah, I love Crewware, man. Crewware Crewware would possibly be my favorite steel if I dealt with it more. I'm not saying I haven't dealt with it a lot. I just sharpened 2 knives in Crewware. I got them right here. I've been sharpening quite a bit of it, but I don't own any. So I can't, I can't say it's my favorite if I don't own any. But I do. I think I might like K390 a little bit more than Crewware. But man, Crewware's shit, man. You want to talk about a knife that takes a good edge, whether it's a low grit, a medium grit, a high grit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you think. It takes a great edge. That was the Rock, by the way. MC and his mods can't handle a joke of the truth. ZDP 189 Dragonfly. That's a steel I've only dealt with a couple times. I really haven't dealt with ZDP 189 too much. Not like, to where I'm like really confident to talk about it, to be honest. Oh, he's got his Civivi Elementum button lock. It's awake. It is awake. I messed up my first set of Neeves, not getting proper material to resurface the stones, and messed up some blades too. Lesson learned. Yeah, you do need a like I use an aluminum oxide stone or what's that material called? I can't think of the name. But I always clean them off. You can take them to the sink and use barkeeper's friend or whatever. I think it's called barkeeper's friend. It's a powder. You can use that. That works really good. Silicon carbide. You can get a little silicon carbide stone and use it. You can use a little aluminum oxide stone. You can use a lot of different things to resurface. Now, if you want to know my opinion on that, if you don't want, you'll still have to do that, but you won't dish them out. If you get the Dragon series is 2 millimeters thick on each side. Mine are always flat. Always flat. I've never had to flatten them. Now, I do condition them with my little silicon carbide stone. I just condition them and clean them off. I take them up to the sink and I wash them off with soap and, that stone. But those things will last forever. If you want to make a good investment, never buy stones again. Buy the Neve Dragon Series 8x3s. They're fucking expensive as all hell, but they'll last you forever. Yeah, they dished. And that's what I mean. Like, I've never dished a Neve stone. Now, I'm not sure what size stone you're talking about, but even when I had the Phoenix series, I never dished them. The Dragon series are it's hard to dish them, but because you have so much material. But like I said, just condition them. But yeah, I could see if you never do anything with it, you never ever condition it. Yeah, I mean, I guess yeah, you could. Breeze gets booted every time he goes into MCs. MC sees him, sees, oh, it's fucking Jared's cousin in here again. Just ordered. Wait, the small will. The steel will mini gecko. Have you used N690CO before? So that's N690 with, I think, cobalt. I think I have actually. I'm not sure if it's that much different. But I not enough to sit there and talk about the difference between it and regular N690. But I will say I like regular N690. N690 is great. Even right now, Kaiser's doing a fantastic job with that N690. I've sharpened quite a bit of it. Takes a hell of an edge, a really good edge. Even Mike Emler was saying the same thing, that it was. I think he was talking about then. Yeah, he was talking about the N690. Which one? What Spyderco? No, not Breeze. Breeze wouldn't. He didn't do that. No. It's all MC's fault. Oh, I've got you back, Breeze, even if you're. Oh, Fuck you, Shane. I got Breeze's back. I've never been in there when Breeze is in there, but I don't, to be honest, I don't really go on MC's lives too much no more. As much as I want 500 people in my live, I really do. I would love to have that. But the way I would personally do it is I would possibly have to, with that many people, it's hard to talk to everybody, right? So what I would probably do is probably just talk the whole time and have the things that I want to talk about and do a show. Because talking to people, and then maybe at the end talk to people or something. Because like when I go in there and I try to talk, it like I'll say something and you just watch it disappear. So it's difficult to have a conversation in there with somebody, or should I say with him. But I guess you can always write their name like Murky did right here. I don't know what it is, but it seems like every time I sharpen with the Neeves stones, it isn't as nice and crisp as my DMT or Work Sharp diamond stones. Really? What Neeves stones do you have? That's the question. What Neeves stones do you have? Because there are a couple different kinds. So if you look, when you look up Neeves, they have the 25% and the 100%. That's the percentage of diamonds in the material. Because, okay, so let me say it like this. So they have some of their low grits. Some of their lower grits, their bonding agent is also aggressive. It's also it also cuts. So you have the diamonds and the bonding agent, the resin that's cutting the steel. What you want is the stones that are 100% diamond, where they have the resin, but the resin is doing nothing but holding the diamonds. Those are the ones that I use, and I could never say that. So I could never say that I get better edges from diamond plates or any other stones than those. Now, with a low grit, yeah, it's going to be basically the same, but I can't take any diamond plate and get a mirror finish. And especially because like with diamond plates, like right now, I have a drawer full of diamond plates, a drawer full of fucking diamond plates. Some are wore out, some are still good, some are half-assed, and it's because they wear out fast. They do. That's why the Work Sharp Precision Guided Sharpener, the biggest thing is that those little diamond plates are going to wear out after just a few sharpenings. They're not going to last very long. Now, the bigger the plate, the bigger the stone, the longer it'll last. But when you have a little tiny stone like this, it's not going to last very long. Now, Lansky stones, for some reason, they do really good. But the Work Sharp ones, I noticed the diamonds come off very easily on those. I said that in the first video. In the first video I did about it, I said, this does not feel like a 300 and a 600. It feels like a 600 and a 1200. Because like my 300 grit diamond, when it first showed up, or any of my 300 grit diamond plates, they are crazy aggressive. I mean, like very aggressive. And the reason why is because when you use them, they wear out to 300. After 5 sharpenings, they wear into a 300 grit. Originally, though, they're far more aggressive. Now, the Work Sharp ones, they were already 300 grit. So now you use them, and what do? They wear out to 600 grit, basically. Or something, you know. But yeah, I would see what kind you have. Find that out. I can't hate on MC too hard. He's the reason I learned to spend more than $100 on that. I love MC. I would never hate on him. I love the guy. He's definitely my friend, and he's gave me a lot of love. He's given the channel a lot of love. I was a Patreon of his for I don't even know how long, a long time. M390 is the D2 of expensive knives. I'm not going to argue with you. It's M390 is a great steel. It's just if it's heat treated right. And you're going to get good heat treated M390, but you're going to get bad heat treated M390. Like D2, I guess. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, it's like D2. Jared, can you please link the stones you bought for the Ergonomic? I bought, if you go on there, you'll see they have the list of the different types of stones, diamond, something and something, whatever. Then they'll have Veneve. I went to Veneve and I just got the Veneves. That's all I did. I got like 5 Veneve diamonds. How can I pull it up really quick? But I will say this though, really quick. All of them are the green stones. So the green stones are not the fine stones. Okay, so the finer stones, the red stone, yellow, they have 2 reds, a yellow, and then the greens are all coarse grits. So what I got were basically from like 100 grit up to 1200 grit. Anything above that, I don't have yet, or I didn't order. So it's just basically all I got was like the low, medium, and fine grit. But the ultra fine, I don't have yet. I figure I'll just use my ceramic or something for that if I really want to. Because by that time, when I'm already that high in grit, a ceramic will polish it. Do they sell good ones on Amazon? Good what? Veneve stones? Or if we're talking about Veneve stones, I mean, you can get them from Gritomatic. You just got to find sites. Oh, sharpeningsupplies.com does sell a lot of stuff on Amazon. So if you look at who the seller is, if it's sharpeningsupplies.com, you're good to go. They're here in America. They're great. They sell all over the place, and they sell a lot on Amazon, but they have great. It's a family. Like they're great people, and all their stuff is, it's good shit. No, they don't. They do not. MC seems like a big old goofball. I appreciate how he doesn't take himself too serious. I love that too. I just think it's funny how careful he is to not offend anything or anyone. I understand why he does that. He does that because it's not good for business. It's not good for business. It's not good for him. It's not good for reputation. Like, put it this way. When you're trying to grow a channel, the best way to grow a channel is for everybody to like you. It's not good to have a side or a party that doesn't like you. No matter what, you're always going to have people not like you. No matter what. There's always going to be people out there that don't like you. That's just life. But to make sure of it is not a good thing for a channel, unless if the following you are trying to get is a specific following. Like if you were like in politics, or if you're in relationship stuff, or religion stuff, or anything like that, right? In that case, then yeah. But with like knives, knives isn't supposed to be that. It's supposed to be the getaway from that stuff. So when you're trying to use it as a getaway, you don't want to pick sides or have sides. You want to make sure everybody likes you. Damn, we've been going for a long time, guys. We're gonna go 5 more minutes because how many people do we still have in here? I gotta see this. How many people are still in here? This is gonna blow me away. Come on, 68 people. That's amazing. 68 people. Jared, did you check out the VC Edge custom knife? It's called the Interface. The VC Edge custom knife. I don't think so. VC? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't believe so. Neevesknives. My stones are the 6x1 100% B 240-400 contour stones. 6x1. I don't know what the B stands for. So what I have had is the Phoenix series stones and the Dragon series stones. They were both 3x8 stones, but the thickness was different. So the Phoenix series, the resin bonded diamonds are 1 millimeter. The Dragon series is 2 millimeters, so it's thicker. Much more expensive, but far better in my opinion. Sometimes the thickness is going to be a big deal because the thicker The Phoenix series, you could tell like that the resin and diamonds cut off a little faster and easier. The Dragon series seems like it's so much slower. I heard like other people say you'll never have to flatten a dragon, like, or at least for a very, very, very long time. But a Phoenix you will. So, and you got to look at the micron rating. So like mine are all, my other ones, my Phoenix showed like the grit and micron. These ones I have, the Dragon series, only show the microns, which is 165 and 100, 80 and, or wait, no, sorry, 165 and 125, because they have a grit rating. Each side is rated between two numbers. So 165 and 125 is the exact same side, the exact same stone. So say if this is my stone, say if this is my stone, this side is 165 and 125, flip it over. This side is 100/80. Then I grab my other stone, 50/40, 20/14. Then I grab my other stone, 7/5, 3/2. And that's all micron. So 3/2 would be right around 5,000 grit. There you go. So if 240 to 400 is like 4 to 8. So you're saying one side is 240, or is it 240, 400 on one side? Does that be like the question that I'm asking? Like, is it 240 and then 400 is the opposite side? Because it's a double. Is it a double-sided stone, or is that just one side of the stone? Hashtag my tribe. I like it. My tribe. Thanks for another informative stream, Jared. Love your gatherings and love seeing everyone. My tribe. I love it too, man. I love it too. Yeah, one side is 240, the other side is 400. So that's a green stone then. So that's a green stone. So I'm not sure if that is diamonds and the resin is also coarse, or if it's just the diamonds. See, I'm not sure about those ones because it's like, because Neeves does do different kinds. So maybe I'm just not sure about those. But I'm about to find out, because I got some coming that are that kind, I believe. So I'll know more. Not until Jared pulls plug. I know. I'll keep this bitch going for days. One day we're going to do a 24-hour live, and we'll see how many of you motherfuckers will hang out. Oh, that'd be some shit, right? Going live 24 hours. One of these days, though, soon, I am going to do a live sharpening. I did want to do one last week. I almost did it. I literally just almost did a random one. Just see whoever shows up. If 2 people came, it didn't matter. I was going to sharpen a knife anyway. So to me, it was like, why not hang out? So one of these days, if you guys are watching and you guys see it pop up, I'm just going to pop it up out of nowhere. And it's just going to be me sharpening a knife, talking to you guys, and you know, we can talk sharpening the entire time and sharpen knives together. It is 100% OCB. It's the coarse stones, right? So it is the green stones. So that, you know, that's what, to get the finer edges, like, so like the really coarse stones, they're not going to get you the you want to get like the next stone, right? The next stone up from that is going to be the one where you can get a keen edge. Now, like I said before, though, man, off my first stone, though, I can get a nasty sharp edge. But some of the Neeves really low grit stones, they are a little rocky, depending on the steel you're sharpening. Some steels, they're just a little too coarse. So the next stone, you know, wherever 600 grit will land in that, which in my opinion is like 30 micron, 40 micron, something like that. That's where you'll get a very keen edge. Be a great was to do a swag pack giveaway last night at standing after 24 hours. Yeah, last person standing after 24 hours. Yeah, nobody would care about that pack. Nobody would give a shit. Fuck that pack. I'm going to sleep. Oh, hell yeah. This motherfucker will hang out for sure. Yeah, I do, man. I get too crazy though, because then when they go live, nobody can watch them. Like I will say, like my analytics will say, like people will watch for like 15 minutes. Whoever shows up for the live, and a few other people will actually watch or listen to the whole thing. But nobody, most like 90% of people, like when they watch it later, they skip around. They probably watch a total of 15, 20 minutes and they skip around. And then a lot of people only watch like 5 minutes. I do this for me though. I like doing it. I do see there's a donation, so I don't see it on this one, but cue ball, there it goes. I did pop up. Jared, what grits do you recommend purchasing to start with for the Gritomatic? Thank you, cue ball. Well, if you're going to get Neeves stones, I would say just try to get a low grit, a medium grit, and a high grit. So they'll show you a list of 20 stones. You don't need all of them, right? You do not need all those stones. You just need a low grit, whatever that is, 200 grit, 300 grit, then a medium grit, 500 grit, 600 grit, then a high grit, 1,000 grit, 12 grit. If you have that, you're good to go. You don't need 100 grit, 200 grit, 400 grit, 600 grit, 800 grit, 900 grit, 1,000 grit, 1,200. You don't need that. That's a waste of fucking time. Just get 3 good stones, 3 to 4 good stones, because if you're going to go with a polish, then the 3 stones will get you to the fine edge. The polishing stone will be the finishing stone. Now, when I do my ones, I do 6 stones. 6 stones, but that's to get to 5,000 grit. When I do my medium grit edges, 600 grit, I'm using 3 stones. Like I said, 3 stones. I'm using 165 micron to 80 micron to 40 micron. I got to bow out a little early. No, we're all getting out of here. Thank you, Fiend. Thank you, everybody, for fucking kicking it. Keep asking sharpening questions. He will never stop. Yeah, I figured that was happening. So I was like, there's something up here. There's something up here. Oh, I do appreciate the donations. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and having a good time. I appreciate OCD4EDC roasting me. That was hilarious. I definitely cracked up hilariously when I first watched it the first time. I got to watch the whole thing though. And I do appreciate him doing that. And you guys are awesome, man. You guys are amazing. You guys are always a great time. I always love talking steels, knives, edges, and everything with you guys. See you guys on Saturday. And we do need to do a live sharpening soon. Maybe one of the regular lives I'll do a live sharpening. That might not be a bad idea. But peace out, motherfuckers.